Good morning, good morning. It's 6:31. Welcome to Take a Solar Moment. In just 1 minute, we will have James Gill with From the Cradle to the Grave right here on Take a Solar Moment. How to stay out the grave.
Good morning. We're going to step back a little bit. I know I talk about what to eat, how we're supposed to eat, what's going on. We're going to step back a little bit and we're going to talk about something that's very important, psychological. Once you tell your body that you're trying to do something different, it automatically goes into shock mode. You tell your body that you're going on a diet, it automatically start craving stuff that you ain't never craved before in your life. It's like you have to creep away from it. You have to back off real slow from it. If you go too fast from it, you're gonna fail. Step back real slow, meaning take small steps. Tell yourself you want to start doing live, you want to live different, and you want to do things differently. Never use the word diet. Never use the word I'm changing myself. Just back off real gently because your mind is going to automatically go into shock mode. And remember, you're doing this alone. Nobody's going to do this walk with you. Somebody's going to say, hey, let us go start losing weight together. Let us start going to the gym together. But you're on your own. Because sooner or later, that person is going to drop off. Because when you decide to do something, that doesn't mean everybody else decides to do something. So take baby steps, walk real slow, and make small changes and not big ones. Start looking for different recipes. Start cooking just a little bit differently. For lunch, do something healthy. For dinner, do something healthy. Every once in a while, just start throwing the different stuff in there. And before you know it, you find yourself doing something different more than just every once in a while. And your body will accept it. That's the law of the land for today.
Ooh, we start doing something new for yourself and your body will accept it. OMG. Can we say that that is something to start the day off with? Start doing something new for yourself and your body will accept it. Good morning, all of you. It's 6:34 in Western New York. Right about now, we're gonna find out. The kids must be leaving for school. You hear the footsteps going, going, gone. Have a great day. Thank you. The children. Gotta love them. And what we're going to talk to today is how to fashion your life with Miss Ladoris Burton. What? Good morning. How are you, Sister Queen, friend?
I am blessed. How are you this morning?
I am well, and that really kind of hit home for me. How to treat yourself a little better. We want to say good morning to everyone who is joining us at this time. Good morning, Holy Spirit. What time is it in Colorado?
It is 4:34 a.m.
4:34 a.m. Now,
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, how are you? Before I even like really for real, uh, go into how we're gonna fashion our life and talk about how this segment is brought to you by Styles, of course, designs by Ladoris. Also, Lady M Designs. You pretty much have to accessorize. What are you doing new for yourself, and what has the Lord been talking to you about, as far as just fashioning your life and getting ready to know that it was worth it?
Well, the first thing is I'm learning. I listened to the Law of the Land, and he said you got to take it slow. I call that baby steps. We have to step our way through this process, and that's where I am today. And the enemy will throw everything but the kitchen sink at you when you make that determination. Even if I just make some small steps as I take this journey, some baby steps as I take this journey, it's still going to be worth it. And I have been tested in every area. I can promise you. When I started this last week, I talked about just making changes of how I would set boundaries boundaries for myself so
Mm-hmm.
that I can have my Sabbath time to spend time with the Father. And in that, every little thing that could annoy me, every little thing that could hold me up or aggravate me or wear me down has come at me. And when I made that public declaration, I've been doing it within myself, but when I made that public declaration, I felt like the heat got turned up. So I'm well, and I'm going to be well because I have made up my mind, and I've made up my mind that every little step I take is going to be worth it. Because at the end of the day, at the end of this journey, I will have accomplished what the Father has set forth before me. So
Now,
that's where I am this morning.
you know, in my head, I went somewhere. You just said one of the favorite, and I kid you not. I'm spoiled by my church family. I really am. Anybody who gets a chance to know me will know that right off the bat. I'm spoiled by my natural family, but they don't make it any better. You've said every little step. Everybody knows what's about to happen. Every little step I take, hey,
Yep.
you will be
You
there. Every little move I make, Lord, be to listen. You want that in your life. You want to be able to say, you know what, Lord, everything I do, everything I ask for, everything I don't ask for, I want all of that from you. I don't want it from myself. You know, everything every little step, every little step. So with that being said, you know, we talked about how we're garmenting ourselves, and we were talking about a very good layer. Our first layer is truly, how do we, how as we transition, how do we put on that first layer? You talked about just knowing the garment is there. You made it public that you're changing what you wear. Now that first layer of protective reading, studying, you know, where are you with all of that?
So what I what I've learned is um, until we change our mindset, then nothing else is gonna fall into place. And so we think out of habit. Our bad thoughts, our negative thoughts, our unhealthy thoughts are out of habit. It's not even intentional. It's habit.
Mm-hmm.
And we beat ourselves up because of we fall short. But we fall short because we have bad habits. We're not bad people. We have bad habits. And so what I'm learning is the habit retrain my thinking. So if I say, okay, perfect example. So if there is an area that you annoy me to no end, and I can't get past that annoyance, I have begun to look at myself and say, what is it about that thing that annoys me so bad? What is it in me that it annoys me so bad? It's not the person, it's
Mm-mm.
me.
Mm.
We can point fingers at people all day long and how they hurt me, how they did me wrong, how they didn't, how they fell short in what I thought they should do. But what is it in me that thing bothers me so much?
Mm-hmm.
Because we keep saying be the difference, but and then I want to be a better person and I'm this great person, but how do you be the difference if you don't make a change in you?
I gotta make a change for once in my life.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It
Okay.
starts with me. I have to point the finger at me. So
I'm starting. Go ahead. How do you do that though? It's not easy to say I'm starting with the man in the mirror. We love this song, but do we
right.
understand what that looks like? How do you deal with the woman in the mirror, or you out there, the man in the mirror?
Oh, that's a good question because you're right. That's a real good term. It's easy to say I'm starting with the man in the mirror, but I say to my women's group all the time that Lord, first my prayer is Lord, show me and show me what to do with me. That's how I started.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I pray about what is it that what are you showing I need to do for me to be, because it's all about giving him glory.
Come
And so
on now.
how do I give him glory? If I don't start with what is my part in cleaning up this temple so that I can give you glory? Because I have to clean up this what there's a book called I
Uh-huh.
just got an image. There's a book called Clear Off the Clutter. And I taught from this book last year. But there was one line, and there was one part of the book where it said, how do you expect Jesus to come into your house if he can't get through the house? He'll knock on the door. You can open the door. But if there's so much clutter in the way, how can he get in?
Come on.
So that's where I start at. Show me and show me what to do with me. I have to clean up with his grace. I have to clean up. So I went through a situation a couple years ago with a young lady, and it didn't matter. No matter what I went through, no matter what I said to her, if I looked at her the wrong way, it was something wrong with it.
Come on now.
It was like tone in my voice wasn't the right way. There was something wrong with it.
Come on now.
And it annoyed me to no end. Oh my goodness, I could not get past it for nothing. It was consuming me. It had gotten that bad. It was consuming me. And I talked to my godmother, and she said, so what are you going to do about it? And I said, well, what do you mean? She said, well, what are you going to do? And I said, do about what? I didn't do anything. She's the one doing it to me. She said, nope.
What? Oh, go ahead. I want to hear this because I don't find it fair, but go ahead. What she said? What she said?
She said, it's you. And I said, no, it's not. What are you talking about? She said, do you not know that every time she does something and you accuse her, the Bible says that the enemy, in Revelation, says the enemy is the accuser of the brethren.
Come on now. That gets a rubber band.
Only accuse you of the weaknesses that are in you.
Come on
The
now.
enemy has no original tools. The only tools he has are your weaknesses that he uses against you. And he uses them through other people.
Oh. It's
So, if your brother or sister offends you, why did it offend you? Examine you. Don't look at the offense, because the offense is not the issue. The offense is the issue is you.
Yes. Yes.
So if I can't get the clutter out of the way of all of my feelings of being offended, my feelings of being hurt, my feelings of why did you look at me that way? Why are you treating me that way? I wouldn't treat you that way. I don't treat you that way. So then why are you treating me that way? When we look at all of those kinds of things, she said you got to quiet your mind. That was her answer. You have to quiet your mind. And if you don't do anything but just say Yeshua.
Yes.
Every time those thoughts come in your head, just say Yeshua. And then begin to just speaking out loud, because what you put in the atmosphere is what you're bringing into you. So what I say is what's going to be drawn back to me. So if I say, sis, that bothered me, but then in my mind, because okay, so that what I think in my mind, it could be one little thing, one little seed that's planted. But then how many times do we rehearse these scenarios in our mind based off of that one thing that happened?
Too much. And you just said it, like setting the stage. Speaking of setting the stage, of course, right here is a good time to kind of say shout out to Maritime Productions and my 8th graders who you may have heard of because they're calling a lot of businesses in Western New York and abroad, seeing if you can become a sponsor for their upcoming play if their memoirs could speak. Now, sis, I'm going to turn it up a notch as it's already 6:46 to the top of the hour. You're talking about how we're fashioning our lives, knowing that the things that we do are worth it. We're going into a conference with you. We're taking this journey of preparation and transparency. To be honest with you, we're taking the journey of transparency with you. Yesterday I went to go pick up clothes from my children. On the page I posted a little interview on Take a Solar Moment page, and the interview was of a young man who works at Savers. Now Savers is like a thrift store, right? But it's a very unique thrift store. Now I'm about to take you somewhere because you're saying, okay, you got to be ready to set the stage. That's what one of the first layers are. If you're just joining us or you happen to be listening in, we're going to be podcasting this very soon. We got a whole lot of stuff coming up. Trust and believe this is taking a new direction, and I thank God for it. But the young man Larry, who told me about how Savers operates, right?
Uh-huh.
The clothes that they have, you can do fundraising with. It goes to different countries. It's part of the global concepts. But one of the things he said is the part that really, of course, things that just stick home, those things that are the moments in life, those energetic moments. He said, but I think the most important part is me being here with you to talk about it, because over the phone, I wouldn't have been able to help you the way I can now.
Wow.
So I think being present is a part of that first layer. After you acknowledge your stance, you can't depart from it. And then you're saying, how do you start in the mirror? You have to recognize that at all times you are that mirror. You are that image. You are that reflection. Where do you think that people can take it in that transitional journey as they're growing spiritually? We all are, hopefully, right?
Yes.
How do you digest that?
Well, in order to recognize what your shortcomings are and what your issues are, you do have to be present. So when I said, Lord, show me and show me what to do with me, I have to be present in His presence so that I'm open to hear His direction in the way I should go. So to be present is the next step. In that transition, we have to be open to hear. Our hearts have to be open to receive, because again, if we have holding offenses or if we're holding issues in our heart, we're not open to receive. So how can we be present in His presence?
Mm-hmm.
So that what that gentleman said to you is so key, because over the phone we can have a conversation, but if I'm in your presence, that's intimacy. Let me just take a spin on that for a second. I have so many thoughts in my head. I'm so sorry. But intimacy.
It's okay. Let them flow.
Intimacy. We have taken that word and perverted it so much. When someone says the word intimacy, immediately it takes a turn to perversion. And that was nothing but the enemy. But intimacy was always that place that we spent with that time that we spend with the Father. Yes. Adam and Eve, when they walked in the garden, they walked with God in the garden. That was intimacy. They were in His presence.
Yes.
They were walked together. The Bible says that they walked together in the cool of the day. So that is intimacy. So when I am present, I can be in His presence, and my heart is open to receive what He has for me. But when we don't take that time to do that was a perfect example, that gentleman, because it was exactly it. I can show you while you're in my presence what I want to, what I'm trying to convey to you. I have a young lady who just started sewing with me, and she knows how to sew, but she's not good at the details, and so she wants me to teach her how to do the detail. And so as she sews the dart, what's the proper way to sew that dart? How do you lay it so that when that person puts that garment back on, everything is going to lay into place the way it's supposed to go? And so I was walking her through that process. It sounded like, to me, something very simple, but it was details that she was missing in her knowledge, vocabulary that she didn't know. So me walking her through those simple things, it totally was a light bulb moment for her. Oh, that makes perfect sense. But she's been sewing for years, but she didn't know that, and it was something simple. What are we missing? Those little things that we're missing. In his presence, he can show me what I'm missing because
Mm.
I'm present in his presence.
Mm.
I need to get
And,
that note down. I wrote that myself.
listen, that deserves a rubber band as well. I was present in his presence. You know, in the business world, they say that too. Part of the biggest thing in any environment that you're in is being there. You know, being alert, being attentive, and in his
Mm-hmm.
presence, that means that he's allowed you to become into an attentive state, and that means that I feel like you got to look for him in every aspect, going back to the beginning. In
Yes.
everything you do, you want him to be with you. And then at the same time, you have to recognize what you're doing inside yourself. You know, don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. And I think that's what I got out of the law of the land myself today is that, you know, I don't have to have a diet or call it some type of diet or announce that I'm fasting. Oh, Lord, I'm fasting. But
Right, right.
I want to be present to be able in the midst of fasting or changing the way I eat or what I do with my body. So I want to be able to be alert in the swift and the change of all of this. So
Yes.
sis, it's 6:52 to the top of the hour. What's on your heart as just far as the week? What do you have to say to the people? And just let us exit out on that.
Okay. So the Bible says, "In all of your ways, acknowledge Him, and He will direct your path." And so my word for the week is to, in everything, begin to train your mind to not allow the negative thoughts to run away with you. Acknowledge Him even in the negative thoughts. That's how you baby step it to get to the place that he's calling you to. That's how you begin to make that transition. That if you don't do anything, but when you see that negative thing come up, if somebody bump into you in the supermarket with their card,
Oh,
just thank you, Jesus,
oh,
because you'll be surprised at the things that will trigger you.
yes, yes,
It'll trigger
yes,
you. And so you begin to, every time something like, thank you, Jesus. And if somebody says something that just rubs you the wrong way, no weapon formed against me can prosper. I am more than a conqueror through Christ Jesus. Begin to speak his word. I
yes,
kind of got off of that. Speak his word in the atmosphere. Say it out of your mouth because the Bible says in James chapter 4, verse 7, it says, submit to God, resist the devil, and he must flee. When you submit to God, you are speaking his promises over that situation, and the enemy has to back up.
uh oh,
So that's how we begin that transition. We have to start backing the enemy up. How do we back the enemy up? With the word.
mm,
Speak the word, but don't not just in your mind, but say it out of your mouth. Sometimes you just mumble it under your breath, but you're putting it in the atmosphere. How are you affecting the atmosphere around you so that you can begin to take a step, a baby step, a baby step? It's going to be hard. I'm not always going to remember it. That situation that I said in the beginning about the young lady I had the offenses with,
mm-hmm,
I had to, every time a thought came in my head, I just said, Jesus.
mm,
Every time a thought came in my head. And then an hour later, I got a phone call from that young lady, and I had to confront her and talk through with her. And I said to myself, within myself, I said, Lord, look, you didn't even give me enough time to even do this.
no. And you telling the truth about that. When you really put Hamashiach first, when you really put the Most High in your thoughts, for me, I have songs. I'm the great I am. You know, I just I am that I just will sing that I am to remind me that he's bigger than me. If I have to repeat that over and over, some people have scriptures. Others, you know, they just like you said, they got to call out his name, Yeshua, Yeshua. Maybe you call him Jesus, and I like the transition because we haven't even gotten there. We'll talk about that tomorrow with Picard on the I guess the truth in the Bible. I'm going to say it because a lot of times we read the Bible, but are we skimming and skipping over? We've been starting with the book of Revelation on Friday, working our way back. On Thursdays, we're able to bring out how to fashion your life to have a walk. On Wednesdays, we're looking for those witnesses that remind us. On Tuesdays, of course, we got a testimony of greatness because in order to live in the kingdom to come, you got to know as it is on earth. So we have the political conversation. And then Monday, we just try to share that manna. How was your weekend? And of course, over this weekend, what you'll get is the YouTube channel. That's right. You can go. And what I do is I upload glitch free episodes of Take a Solar Moment. I don't control this computer, but I'm loving the fact that I can share a little bit more with you. With our guests are coming, we're sharing a lot of information and growth. Today's Black History is Fannie Jackson Coppin, October 15th through 1837 through January 21st, 1913.